Hi guys, it's Carrie from KDS Insurance Services. How are you doing today? It's Tuesday and it's September the 14th. I wanted to come to you today and take sort of an opportunity here to talk about some weather-related issues. Texas right now, especially in South Texas, down in the Houston area, we are struggling with some pretty significant weather. And so I just kind of wanted to take an opportunity to talk to you a little bit about your insurance and how the weather can affect your rates and your renewals and all of that stuff that ends up affecting our pocketbooks in the long run. So it's really important when you have any claims that are done on your home, whether it be a weather-related claim or a water damage claim, or whether it be an automobile claim, and it depends on those type of claims too, whether it be you hit somebody or you have a vehicle stolen or you're hit by somebody and they run, that's uninsured motorist. It's really important for you to take the time to get with your agent and ask to see a copy of your loss history report. This is a huge piece of the puzzle when it comes to rating your policies and how it can affect your rate. And why it's so important to do this is you would be appalled at how many losses are recorded on insurance policies that are wrongly recorded. So they are either classed wrong, meaning that it's an at-fault accident or not at-fault accident, whether you have any responsibility in it at all or whether you have a portion of the responsibility in it. But there is a lot of claims that show up on people's loss histories that aren't even theirs. They're just completely not theirs, and it could either be from the property address that you live at, especially if you live in a rental property. A lot of those individuals who lived there previously, that information can come across on your loss history report. And so it's a really important piece of the puzzle that you guys need to be checking on. You are entitled to see your losses. This is on the personal side as well as on the commercial side. On the commercial, they're called loss runs. And what that means is just basically the same thing. It is a document that shows you any claims that have been processed and any claims that have been paid out. And this is a really important piece of your puzzle, guys, when it comes to rating your insurance, because if you have losses that are on your record and they don't belong to you, you're going to get charged for those losses unless you dispute them. And it is up to you to dispute them. And this is what I tell all of my new clients and what I tell all of my current clients is you need to be asking for those at least once a year. You need to just call your agent and say, I just need to see what is on my loss history, what claims have been paid, who they were paid to, and how much was paid. And then if the information that you are provided is not correct, then you absolutely have the right to dispute that. And if you're given any trouble, you just tell the carrier, look, I need to know who you paid this to, I need to know when you paid it, I need to know why you paid it, and ask for the documentation, ask to see the documentation. And if it's not yours, then it is their responsibility. I'm talking about the carrier here. It is the carrier's responsibility then to take that information and correct your history, your loss history, because you don't want to be surcharged for losses that are not yours. Another really important piece of weather-related losses on your home in particular is if you open a homeowner's claim and then you don't process the claim, meaning that you opened the claim and then the damages were either below your deductible or you decided not to move forward with the claim and so you just decided to repair the damages yourself. What happens in this case is a homeowner's claim is opened and then it shows a $0 amount. And what happens then is when it goes to underwriting, when for example, if you were to come to me and say, Carrie, can you shop my home insurance? And then I go through the process of shopping it, and then I get a notification from underwriting that there is a zero paid claim. The underwriters are going to question that because this is why. They're going to see that you had a homeowner's claim that was opened and there was no monies paid. to you or anybody else. And so were those damages repaired? Did you take the time to fix the damages? Or if there was money paid, did you actually take the money and use the money to repair the home? That's really important because the carriers frown upon that. If you have an open claim and there was money paid out, they're going to want to see documentation that you actually repaired the house, because they want to make sure they're insuring a property that doesn't already have existing damages. So it's really important. I can't stress this enough, guys. You just need to call your agent and say, you know, I am just doing some housekeeping and I would like to know what losses have been reported on the policy that I have through you. If you deal directly with a carrier, just call the carrier and say the same thing. I would like to see a document that shows me all of the losses that you've paid out on my behalf, who those losses were paid to, how much they were, and for what they were paid out to. Because another part of this too is if you have especially on the auto side, if you have an accident on your record and they paid out to somebody and they classed it as either a liability claim or a collision claim, that is going to affect your rate. That is going to be a surchargeable event that you are going to be charged for 3 years on. It's going to stay on your record for 5, but it's going to surcharge you for 3. So that's important. You need to look at your insurance loss history, sort of like you do your credit report. It's one of the factors that all carriers use to rate your insurance is your losses. They also pull credit profiles, not credit scores, most of them. Some of them do, but not all of them. But they look at your profile and they just they do what's called a soft hit on your credit, and it's just the main reason for this is just an overview. It also verifies your identity, because that's very important. Due to 9/11 and the Patriot Act, one of the things that carriers now must do to meet that Patriot Act legislation is to verify your identity. And one of the ways they do that, just one of them, is through your social security number. They also use your driver's license number and your address and your date of birth. All of those things go into rating any insurance now, pretty much across the board, because of 9/11 and making sure that we are insuring the actual person and it's not some sort of shell company or, God forbid, another terrorist cell that's in the United States working against the American government and all of us citizens. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew about this. We're getting pounded in Houston right now, and so if you do open a claim from this storm, it's really important to follow back up with your carrier on that. Make sure that they've classed it correctly, and you need to know exactly how they're going to class it. And if for some reason you don't move forward with the claim and you decide to fix the repairs yourself and not use the insurance company money, make sure you document that. So if an insurance agent does quote your insurance and we need to prove that the damages have been done, is you have some documentation for an agent like me to then say, well, no, those repairs have actually been done, the house is in good standing, and so we want the best rate. So it's really important. This same principle goes for your auto insurance too. If you've had an auto claim and you take the money and you don't repair it, it's the same principle here. They want to make sure there's no existing damage to any of your property when we go to rewrite it. So again, just take the time, call your agent. It shouldn't take them very long, a day at the most. On the commercial side, it may take a little bit longer, just because commercial policies take a little bit longer to get that information together, but it is still your right to request it, and it is a very important piece of your financial puzzle, is to be making sure that all the information recorded on your loss history, whether it's your personal or your commercial, is actually correct and accurate. So that's it for today. It's Tuesday. If you're in the Houston area, I really hope that you stay safe and dry, and watch the weather, because it is changing. We've had very high winds, and so a lot of things can happen when you get the really high winds on your homeowners policies. So make sure you're checking things after the storm passes, and if you've got any damages, of course, call your agent and they'll get you taken care of. So I hope you have a great rest of the week. I'll post another video in a couple of days, and I hope that the remainder of the week is a wonderful week for you. Stay safe, God bless, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.